right. Welcome tonight, everyone. I know. I do not look like our captain. I get it, everybody. I get it. I promise you, the captain's return is sooner than you all think. My name is Angelo Reyes. Everybody knows me here as Raider Transplant. I have been your guest host since the Super Bowl, and the time of our great captain coming back is very soon. I want to shout out everyone here so far. Vicky, thank you so much. I promise you, you will see him sooner than you think. Thanks for being here tonight. Thank you, Jetniel. Jeffrey, appreciate you. The chat is going to be fire. And yes, we will be talking about what the title said. But before I start doing that, let me bring in someone who will know more Raider information than any of us, really. And he's quite handsome to all the ladies. Here he is, folks. The great Captain Jack. How are you, sir?
You're so full of shit. It's ridiculous, man. That's why most Filipinos have the really deep brown eyes. It's because of the shit backing up that's going out of their mouth. They can't get rid of it fast enough, so it backs up into their eyes. So again, full of shit. Just saying. So,
I saw you were having pizza earlier, Cap. You want to tell us about that?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. Oh well. First off, if it's pie day, and you don't go and get some pie, that's just a glaring weakness of. I'm not going to say stupidity because there might be people that actually don't do it, but it's 9:00 on the East Coast. So if you're out in the West Coast and you haven't eaten dinner yet, or you want something late, there is undoubtedly a pizza place that is having a pie special. Now, mine was with it's a place called Your Pie, and it's really, really great stuff. It's fresh, and they make it right in front of you, and they throw it up. The sauce is on there, and all the cheese and the meats and all the good stuff. Put it into their brick oven. It's not a brick oven, but it's like put it into like the pizza oven thing right in front of you, made well. So they had a pie day special where a 10-inch pie was $5. And I was like, well, I wonder how many toppings you get with that. But it was like basically you order the toppings. And my pizzas are, I don't know if you guys got a chance to see the pictures, but it was freaking fantastic. I ate a whole 10-inch by myself. The other 10-inch I took home and I put into some freezer wrap so I can eat it when I get back from San Diego, which I'm going to San Diego Saturday. Flying out Saturday, flying back here on Wednesday. So I not quite a week, but I'll have a week out in San Diego, hanging out. So there are things to do out. I know Vicky's in LA. Vicky, I don't have any wheels, but if you pop on down to San Diego, I think it's only like about 90 minutes, I think, depending on where you are, it might be 2 hours. But yeah, let's do something. And for all those that are celebrating National Pie Day, 3/14. Actually, I think it's 3/14/17. Anything after that, I don't remember, but it is.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, the picture certainly looked delicious, and yes, Cap. For me, and again, I'm gonna make this a Raider show. I promise. But I was just being interviewed today by HRSA.gov, which is a government company that explains about transplant patients and how organ donation matters. I was sharing my story, and as a transplant patient, and again, I don't know if a lot of people really understand this, transplant isn't a cure, it's just an extension. But there are a lot of things we to do in order to make sure that our lives can extend longer. And so pizza diet isn't one of them, Cap, unfortunately, but I can have it on occasion, right?
Yeah.
Depending on the type of topping. So your pizza looked delicious, and that
Oh,
deal
great.
looked
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Well, and I look at it this way, and I say this as well. I don't drink a lot. I mean, very rarely. So I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't fuck as much as I used to. So I definitely can eat. That's my vice. Is if I ain't getting any pussy, I'm definitely going to get some pizza. One of those things. There's the alliteratives. The P and the P. So yeah, and so I eat, and yeah, there. That's why I'm the fluffy, passionate pirate. Because if I don't, if nothing else going on, I'm definitely going to eat. So, and Vic,
well,
I ain't going to Bakersfield. No, sorry, I'm going to San Diego.
Well, I'll tell you, Cap. Thank you, Anthony. By the way, salute to you too. I want to go ahead and thank you, D Menace. You're always awesome. Thank you. Yes, sir. Captain is here tonight. So, as you guys heard, he will be in San Diego. So, if you're close to San Diego and you want to say hello to the Cap, then come on and say hello to the Captain while he is there in San Diego. I will be manning the ship again on Sunday. I have two special guests, which I'm really happy to bring on. I like bringing in two generations of Raider fans, in where the dad, who was the old school Raider fan, then brought his son on. And if you guys want to check out their YouTube, it's the Raider Rundown, and then his dad, Papa Rundown, will be our guest here on the Captain Jack Rackham channel on Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And yeah, no, Captain Jack, very excited about that. There is this person that says Minshew is going to cook this year. So let's talk about that, Cap. What are you thinking? I want to hear your thoughts on the Minshew Mania, Minshew Magic. He did his press conference today. I don't know if you got a chance to see it.
No, first off, Mike Sarah, yes, you are correct. I do need to exercise. I really actually once I figured out what my employment's going to be, that will inspire me to, because again, when you're not getting any money in, your life is basically figuring out, well, what's going to bring in the money. So once I got that figured out, then I will be a little bit more motivated to do other things. And I just want thanks Anthony, by the way. I just want to get situated and do that, get that squared away. And that's why I always tell Mike Sarah to do an extra couple reps for me. So this way I feel like I'm working out because Mike Sarah is doing it for me. But as far as the Minshew press conference, did not see it. Was doing job applications, as well as getting my pizza. So I don't know what he said, but here's the thing. And people can denigrate all they want. They can denigrate all they want, but no, I'm not sick, hot Neil. I'm here. I've been saying that that the Raiders should have brought in Minshew last year prior to them picking up Jimmy Garoppolo. Look at the tape. I said Jacoby Brissett or Gardner Minshew should be brought in. And seriously, look at the tape. I said it. I'm not going back on that. Look at the great season that Gardner Minshew had for the Colts, because, again, their first-round pick, the kid out of Florida, Richardson, didn't go through the whole season because he was injured. And Gardner Minshew was one of the reasons why the Colts were successful last year, that they were as good as they were. It was because of Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew has been a very I'm not what the right word is. It's like pluckish. He's got that that vibe. He just, he's the quarterback that just know he doesn't look pretty, but he gets it done. So ever since he played in Jacksonville, he was getting it done. He was a backup with the Eagles that got a lot of playing time, got it done. Went to the Colts, got it done. He is a very good plug and play, knows the playbook, inspiring, pluckish. I know that's not quite the word I'm looking for, but he's just got that something. He's just got that vibe, and he gets shit done. And so I was very happy that he came aboard. And I said, so people say, well, that's a lot of money for a backup. Well, right now he's the starter. Because are you going to start Gardner Minshew, who is a quarterback that has a lot of starting experience in the NFL? Or are you going to start a kid that's coming into his second year? And that's no hate on AOC4. That's no hate. But I'm going to go with the guy that has more experience, okay? And until such a time that he screws up, I'm going to go with Gardner Minshew as my starter. AOC4 is my number 2. And then we'll see who the Raiders draft because and they're gonna draft somebody, folks. It's are they gonna trade up? Or are they gonna stay at 13? Or are they gonna move back? They're gonna bring in a quarterback this year. So we'll see what Mike Sarah, you have always been a Minshew proponent. Yeah, so there you go. Somebody that actually was serviceable, yeah. But it's another name. He's got like pizzazz. He's got jazz. There's a word I'm looking for, and I can't remember what the hell it is.
Magic? Is it that he has Minshew magic?
Well, yeah,
he has a certain je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi. Oh, Pepe Le Pew bullshit over here. Yeah, baby, come with me to the Casbah. I have the je ne sais quoi. Whatever. Okay. He's just got it. He's got it. Yeah.
All right. Well,
that's a good thing. But yeah, Gardner Minshew is going to be the starter pending further development. And remember, for 1 second, and I know I got to get my words in because you'll take them. Okay. For those that were saying, and remember that Matt Schaub was going to be our starter when the Raiders traded for Matt Schaub. And then who was the starter that year? And who never relinquished that starting role until he was benched with 2 games to go in the season? Derek Carr. So, we'll see what this season brings. But as of right now, Gardner Minshew is the starter. AOC4 is the backup, and with a quarterback to be determined on the roster. And remember, they got the kid Brown. That is a very, very good quarterback. Moxie! That's it.
Moxie.
What was the word?
He's got there you go. You could call him the Minshew Moxie. That's what he's got.
Yeah. It was like, I was trying to remember what the word was from the movie about the football team with the chick with the whipped cream bikini.
You're talking about Varsity Blue?
Yeah, Varsity Blue. Yeah, Moxie. That's what it is. Moxie.
Yeah, that quarterback's name was Moxon.
Yeah, but he had the moxie. But that was the word I was working for. Thank Mike. And yeah, oh boy, I love that whipped cream bikini, man. Yeah, but my best portion of that movie was the sex ed teacher, and then Billy Joe, go, she's a tan. Yeah, she was a 10. So when they went to the club, she was definitely a 10.
Well, as you know, Cap, I'll be taking off here in 45 minutes to go to my transplant support group. But let me address Minshew first. And I really like that we started it off with Minshew because you believe, and again, it is your ship. So you're the captain of the ship and you believe that Minshew will be the starter. I respectfully disagree. I actually think it's going to be a very fair competition. And we will see. As you know, I am a big Aiden O'Connell AOC4 guy. So I watched the Purdue tapes. He threw as many over 500-yard games than Drew Brees. Other than Drew Brees, he is the second greatest quarterback to ever come out of Purdue. This is a kid who I saw him.
Whoa! the second greatest quarterback to come
Well,
out of
statistically, see, Cap, you're not even letting me talk. Statistically speaking, which is what I can bring to the table, I'm not talking about emotions. I'm just talking about statistics. So, statistically speaking, he does hold a ton of yards and whatnot. But anyhow, I'm talking in individual games for any of you who want to see it. He did. There's amazing tapes out there of him against Ohio State, against the undefeated Michigan State when he carved them apart for over 500 yards and whatnot. But anyways, let's talk about the pros. Like, because then people are just going to say to me, Angelo, that was college. It doesn't matter. The pros are different. So, or I want to be fair about Aiden O'Connell is that he was thrown in. Oh, go ahead, Cal.
And I had to check because I wanted to say this. I wanted to make sure I was right. Okay. There's a certain Hall of Fame quarterback, even though he shouldn't really be in the Hall of Fame, that played for Purdue. His name is Bob Greasy.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, Cap. Okay. I'm sorry.
Saying, it sure
is nice to have this. I get it.
That's why I Googled it. I thought, I'm pretty sure Bob. So I went Bob Greasy College, and it came up. I'm like, yes, so I was right.
Totally understand. And I'm sure if we threw Aiden O'Connell in that same 72 Dolphins team, he probably would have won the Super Bowl himself. But I digress, sir. I digress.
Oh, I'm already pissed Space Beast off because the Captain Jack's back, and he said, I'm gone. Space Beast, I don't know what I did to you, but, apologies.
Space Beast is probably talking about me, Cap.
He says Captain Jack's back. I'm out. That's a direct quote.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know. Captain Jack's, all we can do. Oh, okay. I didn't see that because I wasn't even looking at the stuff. Sorry about. I don't know what that's about, Cap. But anyhow, sticking to the. I mean. Look, I all I was doing, guys, is giving you stats. That's it. Stats, and I gotta go do, and Cap actually asked, even trying to push me to do my own show. But in all honesty, guys, transplant recovery is really no joke. It's very difficult to do, and it takes a lot out of me to be able to do these type of shows and get you guys the content that you want. So I appreciate you. I do appreciate the love. Thank you. Again, Captain Jack is great. He's the one that got me into it all. So, got to give love to the man, Captain Jack. So anyways, let me stick to Minshew. because this is, I
interrupted you and I apologize.
Okay, I'm sorry. So I really like Garden Minshew. I was a big one for Gardner Minshew too. And when we signed him, I said, wow, this is perfect. He fits perfect in the Luke Getsy system. And he does have that just win attitude in a different kind of a flow. I love the flowing long hair because, Ken Stabler and all. So I'm all in with Minshew Moxie. I think that's fantastic. But I'm just the type of person that I don't believe it's fair to have Aiden O'Connell do what he did for us, which, again, this is one of the things I don't like about, can I say, because I don't think the older generation Raider fans like a Jack Kenna or some of our OG favorites don't think this way. No, you too, Cap. But I think the newer generation is a little bit more quick to disregard what someone just did for you. It's too much of the, what have you done for me lately? Because Aiden O'Connell really bailed us out.
Yeah.
Because imagine if he wasn't ready to take on the reins the way he did. And then we had to roll with Garoppolo, or even worse, Brian Hoyer the rest of the year.
Oh my God.
So again, I can only give facts. And the fact of the matter is the kid won 10 or played 10 games, and he went 5-5.
10.
Right? Yeah,
10.
he went
5-5. 10.
Yeah, 5-5, right? Which is actually, Cap, and again, I can only bring stats comparable to what Gardner Minshew did, who also didn't bring the Colts to playoffs, and he went 7-6. So, then when I start to look at all the stats, and Gardner Minshew, again, I'm sorry I couldn't find my paper, but he threw for over 3,000 yards, 15 touchdowns. But Cap, that was through 13 games, and Aiden O'Connell for us in a very dysfunctional kind of parenting scenario with the head coach debaucheries and, we're going to start AOC, then we're going to pull him out, then we're going to put in Brian Hoyer. I mean, it was so inconsistent for the kid that it wasn't fair. And even with all that turmoil, he still gave us 11 touchdowns. And his percentage, his actual completion percentage, is actually greater than Gardner Minshew's. So that's why I don't think it's an automatic. I don't think that Gardner Minshew was signed to automatically become our quarterback. I believe that it's a competition. I believe that.
I agree. I agree. So I am stating as of the 14th Pi Day, 314. Somebody was saying 314159, so I apologize. I always said like the 31417, whatever. 314159. Okay. As of Pi Day, Gardner Minshew, if you look at what he's done in his pro career, and there's a reason why they went out and they signed up to a 2-year, $25 million contract. Okay. That to me says starter. Now it's by contract, but he also needs to, obviously there's going to be a tournament, right? It's going to be Minshew versus O'Connell versus somebody yet to be determined. Okay. And I'm kind of poo-pooing Brown, but Brown has some capabilities as well. But honestly, when you look at it,
we can talk about Brown, Cap. If you want to talk about Brown, we can talk about Anthony Brown.
But honestly, right now it's Minshew versus Aiden O'Connell versus draft quarterback to be determined. Now, here's the thing: if the draft quarterback is a first, second, or third rounder, or somebody with a name. Okay, let's say it's Spencer Rattler. Let's say it's Bo Nix. Let's say it's the kid from Tulane. I can't remember his name, but he's got a lot of good qualities, right? Let's say it's the kid from Tennessee who had the ACL injury, and was a fantastic quarterback.
You're talking about Hendon Hooker, right, Cap?
No. Hooker went to Detroit. There's the kid from Tennessee this past year. Okay, because Hooker went to Detroit. He's their backup.
Oh no, you're talking about Florida State's guy, right? You're talking about Jordan Travis.
No, not Travis. Not Travis. Whatever. The kid from Tennessee that was in the combine that showed out. Okay.
Oh, you're talking about Joe Milton?
Milton, thank you, Joe Milton.
He's a combine warrior though, Cap. He's not. He looks terrible.
But the thing is at Tennessee he played well until he got injured.
Okay. I'll have to look through all of those tapes.
The only reason why I know that is because I'm not a big college guy, but I know the SEC. And Joe Milton was a very good quarterback at Tennessee.
Right.
Jason says he wasn't fantastic. He was a decent quarterback. He wasn't as good as Hendon Hooker, but he still was a very capable quarterback for Tennessee because he had to follow Hooker, and he did well.
Right.
So he got injured. And again, the kid from Florida State, Travis, right?
Yeah. Florida State University's Jordan Travis.
He
has that fracture. That's why because he would actually be higher in the draft board, but that fracture looked pretty scary and it's fresh.
And that's basically like it's a redshirt NFL year. If whoever gets him is going to redshirt him.
Right,
They're going to IR him because he needs another year to get healthy. But he's got all of the intangibles that you want.
Right.
But, I said it's going to be that guy. So if it's Travis or if it's Joe Milton, because I think Milton had a knee injury too. I don't quote me on that, but I know he had a knee injury. But he's a good quarterback. There are a lot of good quarterbacks. Like I said, the kid out of Tulane has everybody's talking about him being like a sleeper. Spencer Rattler is growing on me like a fungus. Okay. Like David Brenner says, go eat something green so you take the fungus off the tree. Anyway, but Spencer Rattler, he's He's cocky. He's got an arm. He's got the moxie as well. And he went and did things at two different schools at Oklahoma and South Carolina, and he's got that it factor as well. So there might be Spencer Rattler coming in here. There's going to be somebody drafted. It just depends upon who it's going to be, but it's going to be a competition between O'Connell and Minshew and the other guy.
Well, the one thing I'll say is, and I'll do a quick one on Anthony Brown Jr. for everybody who wants to watch it. You will see highlight tapes of him from the Ravens. He took over for Lamar Jackson when Lamar Jackson got injured. He showed out in some of those Ravens games, so he definitely is a big potential type person, Cap. And he runs fast. He's a mobile quarterback, so we don't know what'll happen with him. But now that the one thing that scares me is that we have yet to address the right side of our offensive line. And I still hear word, unless I see some kind of breaking news, that Dalton Reisner's still there, Zietler's still there. Maybe we'll get him or whatever. Maybe there's a trade happening. I don't know exactly what that's for. But until we really address that right side, I'm starting to get kind of scared that maybe all of these great free agency moves, like us spending big money on Christian Wilkins, which we'll get a chance to talk about before I leave, is so that we can start giving up a good chunk of the farm to go get Jaden Daniels at number 3. Because there's this theory, like Boston Fan for Life is saying, Marvin Harrison will be a New England Patriot and we'll draft Bo Nix. Also, Michelle won't beat us this year if we're okay. I don't know what the Michelle crack was about, but Marvin Harrison at 3 is possible. But what's also possible is the Raiders trade up to 3 and go get a Jaden Daniels, so it's looking like, because Washington traded away Sam Howell, they're for sure going quarterback. They're not trading that pick now. And the only thing left is, because what Washington did was get a higher 3rd round pick. So in the 3rd round, they are now picking right after us. They got the number 78 pick, and then they also got the number 52 pick. So they're stacking picks. I think they're moving up to 1 to go get Caleb Williams. And then that'll drop Chicago to number 2. So I'm sorry to say this, Boston for life, and now I'm taking you out. You're not going to get Marvin Harrison, because Chicago hasn't traded away Justin Fields, which kind of starts to mean maybe they're trading down to 2 to go get Marvin Harrison Jr. and keep Justin Fields, and maybe wait till next year to reset with someone like a Quinn Ewers, who's going to be coming out next year, right? Yeah. So now we get the 3, Cap. Is the Patriots really going to take a flyer on Jaden Daniels, or would they rather trade it away for the quote-unquote farm to the Raiders? So that's starting to scare me. Like, I won't hate it if we address the right side. But if we don't, I'm really going to be scared that we have a really crappy scenario on the right side, and now you just drafted a rookie quarterback that's got that we gave the farm for, that now has to sit a year anyways. But you tell me, Cap, what do you think? What do you think?
Well,
what do you hear?
Like I said, I still think that the Dalton what's-his-nose, the guy I can't remember his
Wagner. Dalton Wagner, Cap.
Yes, because you were saying Dalton Reisner, and that's the guy that used to play for the Broncos.
Yes, no, and he also played for the Vikings just recently, but he's a free agent, and he's floating around to the Raiders' name right now as a free agent.
You can't have 2 Daltons on one team. You can't. I mean, I think there's a bylaw in the NFL rules somewhere that you can't have, especially when they both play offensive line.
Okay,
that's just way too confusing. 2 Daltons on the same team and they both play offensive line. I mean, I'm sure. Look it up. I'm sure in the NFL bylaws somewhere there's like, you can't do that. So, I think that Dalton Wagner, and again, one of these days I'll actually remember his name. Hey, Milk. I think he's slated. Okay, I think he's slated for right tackle. Okay, I think Mumford's going to come in and play right guard, taking Illuminor's place, right? With the signing of James, okay, James is at center. And then it's a matter of Parham sticks at left guard until we see otherwise. Because if they do address the right side, and that's what I'm saying, if they stay at 13 and they don't get a quarterback, you got all these big dudes that are available, right?
Okay.
I don't know. Did you look to see if James can play guard? And the reason why I asked that is this, okay? If the Raiders get what's his nose?
Fuaga, my guy? Fuaga?
No. The center guard guy. The other big,
Jackson Powers Johnson, baby.
there you go. Yeah, if they get Austin Powers, okay? If they go out and they get Austin Powers, baby, yeah, okay. So
he's my second guy, right, Cap?
I know.
That.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. It's Fuaga and Austin Powers. I know his name ain't also. That's my joke. But if they get Powers and they draft him for center, and they move James over to a guard, right? And then you have Miller at left guard. You have Miller at left tackle, James at left guard, Austin Powers, I know that's not his name, at center, right? If he's all that in a biscuit. And maybe, maybe you have Parham play center for a little while until the kid can come in and take the spot, right?
Are you putting Parham at right guard? Is that what?
No. I still have Mumford at right guard, and I have Dalton at right tackle.
Okay. Can I just counter with that? I have watched the Dalton Wagner tapes. I do think he's a big, strong kid. What I didn't like about him is that his feet was really slow, so I'm not so sure how good he's going to be in the run game. But his pass block ability is definitely there. And someone that will probably know this way better than me is Jason Dean Hunter, who I'm hoping we can get here soon. Jason Hunter over here says AOC is the starter. Minshew knew coming in he was the backup. So that's what I was thinking too, that it's not fair to just give it away. I think it's going to be a fair competition. So wanted to put that out there. But yeah, Cap, the other way to go then is a trade down, right? The way you're saying it is, if Andre James indeed could play guard, then maybe the Raiders are trading down to get Jackson Powers Johnson, baby.
Yeah, baby.
So maybe they trade down, get more picks. I mean, it's hard to say because, again, until we address that O-line, I get pretty nervous. Because, again, the other reason why, Cap, and before we move on to the Christian Wilkins thing, if I could just, I'm a little scared a little bit right now because we didn't address running back. And I understand that, okay, we're going to roll with Zamir White. We're going to see what Britton Brown could do. We have Sincere McCormick. We got Amir Abdullah. Like, I understand all these moves. I get it. I'm thinking, all right, man, are we going to get someone like Jalen Wright, please, who could be the next Todd Gurley, or Trey Benson maybe early? Let's go get him in the third round. Blake Corum will probably go, though, to Harbaugh. He's going to reach for that kid. He loves that kid. So as much as I want Blake Corum, since he did more of the bench press than Joe Alt did, which is amazing. I would love Blake Corum, but Jack Penna loves Audric Estime, which we talked about on Monday. He loves that.
Yeah, but
kid.
he likes Estime because the kid's from Notre Dame.
Okay. But you don't like Estime because he's slow.
No, I don't know anything about Estime.
Oh, okay.
I mean, honestly, I don't know boo about Estime. Why? Because I don't want see Jason Dean Hunter and Jack Kenna are Notre Dame honks. I mean, like if I'm a college guy, I'm a Florida guy, so I'm a Florida honk. That's why when they got Bernie last year, I said that was a damn good pick because I've seen him play at Florida. I said the kid will be a damn good special teamer, linebacker, tweener, and I think he would if he has the opportunity to grow into the position. I really liked what I saw with Bernie. but that's because I'm a Florida hunk. I'm biased. I admit that. And Space Beast, if you were joking, I'm sorry, sir. It was just like, dude, what did I do to piss you off?
See, Space
I was
Beast
like,
is cool, Cap.
I'm
He was
like,
just kidding.
okay, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, I just was like, damn, I just came back and I've already pissed somebody off. I'm like, I would just took it to heart. If it's a joke, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I could take a joke. Just it was just like, damn, I wasn't ready for it. So anyway,
And Space Beast, you will. I mean, it's going to be 2 hours of me on Sunday, so you're going to get plenty of me.
Space Beast. That sounds like one of those shows that you would be
Space
like
Ghost, Cap.
like
It was Space Ghost.
I know, but I'm doing these Space Beast. The really the long base title, and now the adventures of Space Beast. Right there's your drop, Space Beast. If you ever have a show, I just gave you your drop.
Yeah, that's great. That's great, Cap. That's great. So, all right. So you're not nervous at all about running back. It sounds like you're not nervous about our offensive line at all. That's not. You're not nervous.
No, I'm not. Well, see, people are scared. I ain't scared. I'm slightly befuddled. How's that for a word?
Okay.
I'm slightly, but not like befuddled means confused. But I'm not scared. I'm not like anxious. I'm kind of like taking it all in. I'm kind of like, the Big Lebowski. Like, yeah, man, like that's like your opinion, man. Okay. So that's just the way it is. We'll see.
Okay.
We don't know. Because even Tom Telesco, aka, and I'm gonna give my boy Black Thanos another kudo on this. Tom Fiasco, as he calls him. Tom Fiasco.
Okay.
That's what he calls him, Tom Fiasco. We don't know what he's going to do. I don't even think Tom Telesco / Tom Fiasco knows what he's going to do, because he can't call what's going to happen with the board. If the Raiders trade up, it's going to be for somebody of consequence, okay? You're not going to trade up into the top 5 and not get somebody that's worthwhile. And I say top 5 because Marvin Harrison is going to be one of those top 5ers. So that's going to be like 3 quarterbacks, Marvin Harrison, and maybe like another wide receiver off the board. Maybe somebody surprises us and they take Rome Odunze. I think that's how to say it.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised, Cap. I watched a lot of Odunze when I was I was watching Washington all year. My father figure and my mentor, certainly, his name's Alan Tremblay, used to be the former CFO of Air Canada. Amazing man, has battled cancer and beat it more times than most people would even want to do. So amazing guy. But he turned me on to Huskies Nation because the entire family is a Huskies. And this year I watched all the Huskies game, and that Rome Odunze kid, to me, he's a Larry Fitzgerald type. I mean, that kid is good. That if he went early, I wouldn't be surprised, because he really is that good. And Malik Neighbors also. So between those three,
LSU,
Marvin Harrison, Malik Neighbors, Rome Odunze, all 3 of those guys are like tracking right for me. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. But this scenario kind of always comes to play for me, right, Cap? So you got, let's say Washington did dropping Howell, gets extra picks, they trade up, they get Caleb Williams at 1, then Chicago gets Marvin Harrison at 2. Mm-hmm. Now you got that Patriots pick in where they can go any direction now. We don't know, but I really don't think Jaden Daniels would be their direction. But let's pretend they want to get quarterback and settle that once and for all. So then let's say they go get a Drake May, which I think would be the better option, in the sense that because the kid's only 21 and he's a bigger body, he can handle that cold weather. Yeah. And this is just me being fair about it, because I think Jaden Daniels will do better in an indoor type stadium, certainly earlier in his career, just because he's so skinny. You know what I mean? Right? But I don't know. I mean, Joe Burrow did pretty good, I guess, and he played for LSU, and he deals with the Cincinnati Cold. So then we get the 4. And at 4, they got their 2 bookends now. They have Paris Johnson, and then they signed Jonah Williams. So they're definitely not going to go get a Joe Alt. They're not getting a Fuaga. They're not getting any of those O linemen, right? And if Marvin Harrison is taken, like you said, maybe a Neighbors or a Dunze happens there at 4, right? Let's just say. So, Cap, we get the 5, and I just had Robert Garcia on this show on Sunday talking about what would a trade up to 5 look like if the Raiders and Telesco were to call the Chargers, where Harbaugh wants more picks. Is it possible now that we trade up to 5 and go get a Jaden Daniels, or would you still rather just kind of stay put and let's just wait it out and see what happens and let them make a mistake, and then let the Giants make a mistake, and then and then just keep going down the line and seeing what mistakes are made? What do you think?
Yeah, I was going to say Jeff Kreiser was saying that, and I kind of agree with Kreiser. If you're going to trade up and give away future for a quarterback, yes and no, Jeff, because if you remember right, and again, because I'm old and I remember shit like this, the Raiders traded up to number 2 because they knew that Orlando Pace was going to fall in their laps. He was going to fall in their laps because the number 1 pick, they weren't going to take a tackle. Well, whoever had the number 1 pick that year traded it to the Rams, and the Rams took Orlando Pace, and the Raiders took Darrell Russell. May he rest in peace. I'm actually looking at his football right now because he signed a football for me years ago because he was at his father. His father was the Navy captain and retired down here in Tampa. So I have a Darrell Russell to me. It was autographed to me, which is cool. But to see the Raiders traded up to 2 because they were going to get Orlando Pace. It was written in the cards. Pace, because they knew he was going to be a Hall of Famer. So if you don't go to 1, sometimes you get stuck. So I think that's why you got to see what other people do, because there's going to be people on the board that they're like, holy shit, this guy's still available. And there's going to be people just going batshit crazy because they didn't see the board play out like that. They didn't know that it was going to play out like that. And that's why you need to be prepared, because there might be things that happen that you're not prepared for. So if you trade up, most of the time it's for a quarterback. I agree there. But let's say that you trade up and you get Joe Alt. And now you got your bookend tackles. If Joe Alt is still on the board at 5,
would you? Okay, so now I'm glad you're saying Joe Alt. So let's say, would you? Because for me, I've always been a Fuaga guy, and Jason Hunter. I can't wait to do something here because you're thinking the same way I'm thinking, and if you guys all rewatch my show, and earlier Ramiro Castro was saying Transplant likes Moneyball. I do like Moneyball because I like the aspect of going for the draft and building our team. So with that said, I like Fuaga over Alt just because, again, Cap, he plays like I don't want to say that Joe Alt doesn't play like a Raider, but we need the right side. Fuaga's ready to go on the right. We have Colton Miller on the left. So you would still rather get Joe Alt, and you're going to put Joe Alt to the right side? Is that what you would do?
No, I would say if I have Joe Alt, I'm going to say whoever, one of you guys is going to be moving to the right side. One of you guys is going to be moving to the right side. We're going to figure out who it is, because we got 2 fantastic left tackles, right? 2 fantastic left tackles, but one of them is not going to be, it's, the old Sesame Street game. One of these things is not, whatever. But that's what it is. If you pick Joe Alt, right, and you got Miller there, I'm sorry. I'm kind of inclined. That normally you have, like, it used to be that your left tackle was your guy, because most of your edge rushers come off with that right side off the defense. Well, that's not true anymore. You got to have bookends. And here's the thing: if Joe Alt doesn't quite have it the first year. Okay. Okay, he plays right tackle. If I'm not mistaken, the guy that played that just went in the Hall of Fame for the Ravens that played left tackle, and I apologize, I can't remember his name. He started his first year at right tackle, and he moved over to left tackle his second year. Okay, and he's a Hall of Famer. Played for the Ravens. Can't remember his name, but they let him get to the speed of the game. Okay. And then
Are you talking about Orlando Brown, Cap? Or no, not Orlando Brown.
I don't think it was Orlando. I think he's in the Hall of Fame, and he started his career at right tackle before he went to left tackle.
Wasn't Michael Orr, right? You're not talking about
No. Michael Orr didn't make the Hall of Fame. But there was somebody that I'm pretty sure maybe I'm misremembering. But yeah, Jonathan Ogden. Thank you. Cool kid.
Okay, yeah. All right. Thank you. How did we forget Jonathan Ogden? Yeah.
Right. Thank you. I was pretty sure it was a Raven. Yeah, Jonathan Ogden. He began his career at right tackle, and then the next year went over to the left and never took a day off. So that's who it is, Jonathan Ogden. So if it's Joe Alt, and Joe Alt is going to be permission granted, Anna. Hell, you cross the patio anytime, Daddy-o. You know how we say in the Navy. But yeah, that isn't that an embarrassment to have? You know, you got Joe Alt and then Miller, who can both play left tackle.
That would be scary. That would be It just, man, I guess you're gonna have to make me rewatch all the alt tapes because I just fell in love with Fuaga. I've loved Fuaga since I watched him in Oregon State.
Yeah, see, you got a boner for Fuaga, just like Jack Kenna had a boner for. I won't even say who it is because I promised Jack Kenna I wouldn't call him out on it anymore. But he had a boner for a certain person, and I just said, dude, get off your boner. Okay, it ain't happening. Okay, but Ozzy said Miller makes more sense at right tackle because he played right tackle in college. Well, there you go. There's your embarrassment.
Oh, thank you, Ozzy. All right, I'm about to do a show with him. Actually, we're just trying to get the I'm trying to get the timings done with Ozzy because he lives all the way in Australia, and you know my timings are different.
Motherfucker on the other side of the world, man. Get your shit straight, okay? Ozzy. Oi. See, I know that. I got it. It's 3-3.
Well, anyway. Hey, Cap, I'm gonna go ahead and have you talk a lot about Christian Wilkins. What I'll say to everybody who I want to address about the Christian Wilkins thing is that me and Chris Kimber did an entire show on trenches, and we have like a whole 20-minute segment on how much we love Christian Wilkins. And what I love, Cap, about going on shows like yours and putting it on record is that I can't back out of whatever I said once it's out there in the public. Just like on Monday, you said Hunter Renfrow was going to get released, and you said you guys are going to watch. I have good information. He's going to retire.
I have it on good authority.
Okay.
I have it on good authority, okay, that Hunter Renfrow is not going to play for anybody else. Now, you know, that's one of those things that when I got the information, intelligence is timely. Something that you hear at this time can be overtaken by events. OBE. That information is OBE, man. It's overtaken by events. The timing of the information I had was at the time, it looked like Hunter Renfrow, because the Raiders were offering up for somebody and nobody traded for him. Because they knew that the Raiders were eventually going to cut him, save money, and then they were going to offer him a contract. Now, if somebody offers him a contract, now it was different than what the information I had then, which was that he didn't want to play for anybody other than the Raiders. Now, this was the addendum that I said on Monday. Unless I could see Nollins grabbing him, but they'd have to figure out how to pay him because Nollins doesn't have a lot of money.
No, they kept kicking the can so much, Cap, that They're
Yeah,
still over the cap, I believe. I
right,
think
right.
they're or
Yeah,
under or whatever you
yeah,
say, but
but
they're in
yeah.
trouble. They're in
And,
trouble. They're in trouble.
and the only that okay, maybe here's the other thing. Maybe Hunter wants to stay in the Carolinas and play for the Panthers. That's
Hmm.
another alternative because it's home. Okay, that's the hometown team. So you might go to Nollins to play for his buddy Derek Carr or with his buddy Derek Carr. You might go to Carolina to play home. I don't know what Hunter Renfro's favorite team was growing up.
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe it's Dallas. Okay. What I'm saying is that there's intangibles that I don't know. And see, here, Hollywood said it right here: once a Raider, always a Raider. Okay.
Yeah, of course. We in fact on the show on Monday, I talked about Hunter Renfro and once a Raider, always a Raider, and did a nice little soliloquy for him there. Cap, before I leave, I'd like to address this if I could.
Yes, please do. Because I
So
saw watch
Vicky
this.
Orr, I saw this earlier. I wanted to address it before I left for Transplant Support Group. I myself have been very fortunate that for 19 months now, I am still here in this world. I get a chance to speak with Captain Jack and all of you and all of Raider Nation and enjoy life. I'm very, very sorry for your loss. It is always tough for us in the transplant community, fully knowing that it is never a guarantee. And it is just an extension. And I think that a lot of times people forget that when they see people like myself and they think, oh, well, Angelo's normal. I'm actually not.
No.
It's just borrowed time that I got here that I'm on. So I'm making the most of it.
Yes.
And I wanted to say, Vicky, that so my son, he was born with only half of his heart in 2004. I don't know if that's what had happened with your niece. It is a condition called tricuspid atresia, hypoplastic right ventricle. I had to witness my son not only go in the first 2 weeks of his birth, go from being flatlined to multiple surgeries to being in a life support machine. And and I'm very blessed right now that he's 20 years old. He has had he's had 10 heart surgeries. His 10th heart surgery was in 2021. He's still doing well for now, doing well, and we count our blessings every day. But again, it's one of these things where I think I think Raider football, and I see this a lot with Raider Nation now, where a lot of people argue way too much about this is what's right, this is what's right. At the end of the day, guys, this is just a game, and
Yeah.
it's something that it's very the passion for being a Raider fan and the passion for the love of the game of football is something that's amazing, but it isn't life or death. And if the Raiders, when the Raiders didn't have a great season, that didn't necessarily saved my life and gave me a liver transplant. You guys know what I'm saying here? So let's take it all into context and let's just, love each other. If you're a Raider, if you're a part of the Raider Nation, whether you agree or disagree, let's just be supportive of each other. We're going to have an amazing season. Antonio Pierce was the coach that we wanted. We were so happy with free agency. So the Christian Wilkins signing, Cap, I got to tell you, was the one that got me so excited because it's what I told Stuart Schweigert. I said, when are we going to realize that the way to beat the Kansas City Chiefs is to support Max Crosby? And now Christian Wilkins, Max Crosby, Tyree Wilson, Malcolm Kuntz, all coming forward. I think we just need like one more nose tackle piece. But I want to, if Jason Dean is still here, there's a kid that we got, Cap, and I don't know if you know this. We've kept him in the reserves for a bit, but I kind of like him. So I want to see if he really improves. 350 pounds, 6'5". His name is Marquand McCall.
Oh yeah. The guy that we picked him off the waivers. I think it was from the Ravens.
That's correct. I think so. I got to look it up, but I watched all of his tapes, and he's a big boy. He's basically a poor man's Tavondre Sweat. But if we don't pick up a Tavondre Sweat, I can see a scenario in where this big kid plugs the middle, and then now you got Tyree Wilson and Christian Wilkins on the inside rushing straight. and then you got Coons and Crosby rushing on the outside, rushing the edges, and that's a scary little package right there. That's scary. So again, pay attention to that. Cap, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And for all of you guys, I know you've been asking, when's Cap coming back? When's Cap coming back? He's right here right now. You won't see him on Sunday because he is going to San Diego on vacation. So make sure you guys say hi to him if you happen to be in the same area. And then I believe, Cap, so we could let everybody know the following week after that, are you coming on the Thursday show for that? Oh, because you're in San Diego the whole week, actually.
Yeah, I'm in San Diego,
you won't,
and I'm flying. No, I'm flying on Thursday, so I ain't coming back until after the show on Thursday. So you got the Scotty, you got the con on Thursday. Okay, so it's Sunday and Thursday, then the following and the Monday Wednesday, because that'll be your last Wild Wild West show. Because the following week I will go on Wild Wild West, so I'll have to probably introduce myself again.
No. That's why. So on this Wednesday, yesterday's Wild Wild West show, I already started reintroducing. Hey, Captain Jack's coming back, and then I'm going to do my formal goodbye next Wednesday. Okay, so everybody will be used to it the Wednesday after that. I'm going to be doing, guys, the final Raider. So next week, so Space Beast, you're going to get a ton of Raider transplants between Sunday to Sunday. And then Cap, I'll do my my goodbye show on March 31st, since I know you won't be around for that.
Easter. Yeah. Okay, and I'm going to tell everybody why. Okay, first off, it's Easter. Second off, it's like birthday Sunday, because my birthday is the 29th, which is Friday, and we normally have in our house, we kind of have, when Easter falls near my birthday, we have my birthday / Easter dinner. And it just so happens it's 2 days later. So I'm going to have my son and the daughter come over from Melbourne. We're going to have a nice Easter ham, because, you got to eat ham on Easter. So we're going to have great stuff, really good food. So I'm going to have my birthday Easter dinner. And first off, I'm probably going to feel like I am today because of the, I had a lot of pizza. Doctor said I ate a lot of pizza, aggression, along with a lot of pizza. Pizza. Stripes. Anyway, but Sunday, the 31st, popping out March, okay? Popping out March. I got to remember it's opposite. This guy has got the con.
On March 31st.
On March 31st, okay? I will be popping in to do like kind of half shows when I can, but and get as much as Angelo as you can in March. Now, if I ever am not going to be somewhere, hint, hint, and I already discussed this with Angelo, if I'm not going to be somewhere, the first person I'm calling, let me see, is this guy, okay? Because he has the keys already. He knows how to get into the studio. But I'm going to try to take the reins and do those things and not piss off people like Space Beast. Okay, I know it's
he's just kidding with you, Cap.
Now I'm kidding with you, Space Beast. I'm kidding with you now, okay? But so I love being here. And like as I told you, doing the shows is wonderful for me. I got to shut up because you got to get out of for your.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to put this up. Thank you, Space Beast. Heading out to Transplant Group. I want to thank all of you guys again. Thank you for all the love and support. We really, again, when you're in my position, it's really appreciated. It seems like it's not much, Cap, but every positive energy you can get keeps you alive a little bit longer. So, so thank you, Cap. I will see you all on Sunday for an exciting show. Cap, I'm out.
Transplant. See, I did it for him too. Okay, I can do it for anybody. Angelo, thanks again. So you got me for the rest of the hour. It's hot in here. I got to turn my. Hopefully, I don't know if you guys can hear I got a little fan that's underneath here. You might hear it. There might be a buzzing. But it's very hot. looking at my air conditioner. It's 70. I need to pop it down some, but if it becomes really obnoxious, let me know. Okay, I apologize, but it's hot. You know, it is Florida and it is the studio. So again, it's a Thursday night. We can talk, and you can come into the show. You can come in. You can talk to me, and you can get on camera. El Capitan Rafucho is here. Jared's here from what do you call it? From Pittsburgh. Every time I hear Pittsburgh, I always think of like the Jackie Robinson 42. Pittsburgh, and then you got Jimmy Farrell, who's also in Pittsburgh. So anyway, Ozzy's I never wanted Jones, wanted Matabuike. Yeah, I wanted him too, but he got tagged. So Wilkins, and look on tape. I swear, look on tape. I was saying, go get Christian Wilkins. Go get Christian Wilkins, because I'll tell you, Christian Wilkins with Clay Farrell, when they played at Clemson, and they had the two other guys. All these guys were like first and second round picks because they were a behemoth defensive line that worked well together. We got Clay Farrell, maybe a little high, and maybe we put a little bit too much on him. But Clay Farrell played well, and actually that's why he went over to the Niners and played well for the Niners. I'm not sure where he's at. I'm not sure if he's still there. But Clay Farrell played well. He just didn't play well enough, and he had a lot of things that were wrong. So it's unfortunate. But yeah, Christian Wilkins, fix your phone. Yeah, Jared. Hopefully we'll get Matt Marinovich. There you go. Let's see, Mike Sarah. I'm working on it. Yeah, good. I'd love to see Jared come in. Who do you think will be QB1 the first? Matt, I'm saying I'm on record right now. Remember, nobody's thrown any passes. I'm on record right now. It's going to be Gardner Minshew. In my estimation, it's going to be Gardner Minshew. If it's AOC4, I'm not going to be upset with that. I'm not. It's going to be a quarterback that I like, okay? That I like. Yeah, Space Pieces. Man, could you imagine if we had picked Christian Wilkins? Yeah, things would have been different. Cap, can we say Patrick Queen as a steal? Oh, did you guys pick up Patrick Queen? See, I need to be a little bit more involved. Looking at job apps all day, it's hard, and getting your pizza. Yeah, Patrick Queen is good. I want to hear how Jared thinks about getting Dangerous as quarterback. Dangerous. Now you got the GM spot with Eddie Wayne and me. Who do we take for the Raiders? Well, here's the thing, and by the way, it's still one of those things. Come on in. Tell me who you want. Tell me who you want, man. I'm. Oh crap! What happened to my? Oh, there it is. Okay, tell me who you want, because I'm ready. I'm ready to talk. Oh, by the Redskins. Okay, that's a good signing for them. That's a good signing for them. Hit the link. Dangerous, trust me. 1.2. Can you give Kenny a fight? Yeah. You got Kenny Pickett and Dangerous, right? Not bad. I think that they kind of did the quarterback that played well for them. That was the number 3 quarter. He should have been the quarterback all along. It shouldn't have been an issue between him and Kenny Pickett. It should have been the older dude, not the old guy, but the guy that they picked for years. I think it's like 3-year, $41 million. Great deal. Oh, with Queen, sure. Keep your nose. This might be a battle, but I hate the Ravens. They got Henry, and now they may get Deebo Samuels. But here's the thing. The Ravens have won 2 Super Bowls with quarterbacks that are not pretty, right? Trent Dilfer, and didn't Flacco win him a Super Bowl? Am I misremembering? I misremembering? Was it? Yeah, because they beat the Niners. So it was Flacco. Got Joe Flacco and Trent Dilfer because their defense went well. So having Lamar Jackson is not always the end all be all, right? We'll see. That's why I said Gardner Minshew is fine. The Raiders are going to be, fine. They get Jaden Daniels, great. If it's Bo Nix, fantastic. Michael Penix, sure. Spencer Rattler, come on down. If it's the kid from Tulane, great. So it's defense. It's the line. It's the big uglies, like Keith Jackson used to say. Not the tight end, but the sports guy. The big uglies up front. That's how you win. Come into the show, and we'll talk about what you want to talk about. Let's see here. There it is. Hit the link. Hit the link. Jerry Jeudy goes to Cleveland. Good for them. And I still think that the AFC West, because again I'm old. AFC West used to be the division. It was the best division of football. You had the Raiders, you had the Chargers in their prime, you had the Broncos when they were good, right? With Elway. You even had, the Chiefs, not so much, but you had the Seahawks when they were good. The Chiefs really weren't all that. Now you just can't get them off the friggin' front page. Will the Chiefs be a three-peat? God, I hope not. But until somebody knocks them down a peg, we gotta take care of our own business. Hit the link. Because the only thing that I can say is this. I'm going to Detroit. I'm going to Detroit. I'm going to the draft as of right now. I don't have a place to stay. I will figure that out. If I don't figure it out, then I'm not going to Detroit. But as of right now, at least I got my flight to Detroit. Hey, Positive Philly, good to see you, brother. And I can't wait. I can't wait for the draft because will the Raiders, and that'll be entertaining because, you don't want to miss anything. The Raiders are at 13. Can they move up to 3? Can they move up to 5 or 7? We don't know. Will they take the 13 and drop back? Right? We don't know. So I want to hear from Positive Phillies. I want to hear from you. If you're not a Raiders fan, Positive Philly is an Eagles fan. Is he happy that they took Saquon Barkley from the Giants and put him on their team? If you're a Ravens fan, are you happy that King Henry has come over? Raiders lost Josh Jacobs, but because Green Bay, in my estimation, overpaid. Good for Josh. I'm not pissed at Josh. He did say some kind of disparaging things on the way out, like, why is it always the loyalty of the player that's always in question when it should be the team? Something along those lines. He has a point, but was it 48 million? 12, 24, yeah, 48 million for 4 years? A lot of scratch. I just think it was a little bit too much. So, WrestleMania in Philly. Oh, that's cool. But what do you want to talk about? Like I said, the Raiders are at 13. We know who our quarterbacks are. As of now, we don't know who that third quarterback's going to be. Well, Jared, we kind of been talking about that. It's the $1 million question. Do they? Somebody's calling me on my Google Voice. Is that you, Jared, calling me on my Google Voice, or is that somebody else? If you hear the phone, they're calling Google Voice. I don't have my Google Voice up. I don't. So hit the link. Yeah, Jared, you can't hit the link, Jared? Oh, my God. I didn't get to it fast enough. Jared, hit the link, man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we can't see you. Can we hear your voice? Josh didn't get tagged. That says a lot. Well, honestly, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It's 10:15. What do you want to talk? Ah, thank God. Saved by the Sarah. Well, now my shipmate Mike Sarah come in here. Mike, how you doing, sir? Good to hear from you. I know you're working out, right?
Yeah. I turned off the camera because I don't like all that bouncing around.
Okay, but you're working. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, I'm actually working out right now, and I'm doing an extra 15 minutes for you. So.
Oh, you're on a break. Well, thank you. We were on a break. Okay, bringing up friends. Okay, we were on a break. Never mind. Mike, how you doing, man? We were on a break.
Oh, hey, tell Jared to fix his phone. Jesus.
Jared, fix your phone. I didn't say that, Jared. Mike Sarah said it. Fix your phone.
I want to hear what his opinion is with getting Russell Wilson, and they got Patrick Queen.
Yeah, I'm all for Patrick Queen. Russell Wilson. Now here's the thing. If Russell Wilson comes in there, obviously he's the starter, right? Because who are you going to play, Russell Wilson or Pickett, right?
Well, yeah, and the other guy they had starting last year, Rudolph, he's with another team now.
Yeah,
so
that's what I was saying. Mason Rudolph got screwed over worse than pick an analogy. But Mason Rudolph played well. Mason Rudolph would have been a good pickup for the Raiders if they had Garner Minshew.
They got some kind of deal with his Pickett. I don't know if he'll ever be anything. I mean, the guy's had 13 total touchdown passes in 2 years.
Yeah. Oh, do you like Mason Rudolph, Mike? I don't mind. I
like Mason Rudolph. I was talking about Kenny Pickett. I just think is not getting it done. I mean, that's exactly why they went out and got Wilson. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, say Mason's in Tennessee. That you know what? There you go. Because is Tannehill still in Tennessee? Because I think did he leave already?
I think they released him because they've got that Will Levis as their starter, and Mason Rudolph is going to be their backup. So Tannehill is a free agent right now.
Okay, and they still got Malik Willis too. Remember Malik Willis was on the board, and the Raiders traded the pick to Tennessee, moved down and got Parham. Maybe we can pick up Malik Willis.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know. Willis, I don't know. He didn't look that great when he played, so who knows what he's going to be like. But I tell you what, you go with Gardner Minshew. Getz is going to go with Gardner Minshew because Gardner Minshew is mobile, and that's the kind of quarterback that he wants. He's a mobile quarterback. He had Justin Fields. AOC's, I love AOC. I think he's done everything he could to stay with his team and perform well, and I think he has. But I don't see him beating out Gardner Minshew. No way.
Yeah. Well,
I just don't.
But and Will Levis, that's why they drafted him, right? But I think that it was one of those things like Malik Willis is going to get caught up in the wash. He's going to get released because he's a bust. I'm not saying that in a bad way, but that's what Tennessee thinks. We already had that running back, the guy from Baltimore. So that's pretty much a Malik Willis there. We already have it. Young, I think his name is the guy's on the team right now, as like a third string quarterback. So I don't think he's any worse or better than Malik Willis. Yeah, but I was going to say, so hey, Mike, I got a question for you. The way things are shaping up, okay? Did the Chiefs, other than picking up the big tight end, right? Did the Chiefs really pick up anybody other than they re-signed Chris Jones? And they put Snead on a what do you call it on a cap, right? Or what do you call it a tag? So they got to pay Snead. They paid a lot for Chris Jones, and other than that tight end, did they really do anything? I don't think so.
No, they re-signed at Tranquil, but they did lose Willie Gay. He's a pretty good linebacker.
Okay. Yeah.
They lost him.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Okay.
No, they haven't done much to improve, but they're headed for this third third consecutive championship, man. They're really into it, man. I tell you, it's a joke. I mean, I know they're a decent team, but somebody's going to take them down. They should have never got where they went last year. They never should have got where they got this past season. Never.
Mm-hmm.
And Baltimore shit the bed.
Yes.
They should have beat them.
Yeah, and why is it that we're always saying it's like you had one job? I was talking to the Cleveland people a couple years ago. You had one job, and you were beating Kansas City. All you had to do was make sure the quarterback didn't get a first down, and it wasn't Patrick Mahomes. It was the old dude, and he got a first down. One job. You go to Ravens fans. You have one job: beat the friggin' Chiefs. And they didn't show up.
No, they had the team to beat them. They had enough talent on that team to beat them. Fumbling on the 1 yard line, whatever that was, I mean, it was just terrible. And Lamar Jackson, Lamar Jackson is not apparently he's not a playoff quarterback because he doesn't do well in the playoffs. It seems like. So it's great to have this great MVP quarterback, but if they're not going to win you a Super Bowl, what's the point?
There you go. Like I said, at least Patrick Mahomes has won 3 Super Bowls, right?
I mean, I hate the guy, I despise him, but you got to give him props. I mean, he has won.
Yeah, and so it's like that's an automatic Hall of Fame. You win 3 Super Bowls. That's automatic.
Yeah.
That's automatic. So I mean, and God forbid, and I'm like, oh my God, please don't let the Chiefs win a three-peat. That hasn't been done. I'm trying to think. I don't think it's been done ever in the Super Bowl era. It was close.
Well, I think the only reason the Chiefs got to where they were last year is because the quarterback for Cincinnati got hurt, and that is their nemesis. Usually Cincinnati can. I mean, I think they lost someone one year, but they seem to always have the Chiefs' number. And that quarterback, what's his name? Their stud quarterback got hurt this past year.
Yeah, but so do you think? Was it Paco? Paco, I see you, Paco. Don't go away, Paco. I got Paco in the back office. Don't go away, Paco. I'm with Mike Sarah. Mike Sarah's gonna give me a couple more minutes, and then I'm gonna get Paco on. But Mike, so I think, like I said, if Joe Burrow is healthy last year, things are different, right?
I think so. I think Cincinnati is a team that can beat the Chiefs, and they have proven in the past in the playoffs. Buffalo can't do it. Obviously, Jacksonville can't do it, or not Jacksonville either, but Baltimore can't do it. So somebody's got to beat them. Yeah. I would love to step up and beat them. I'd love to be in the playoffs and beat them. I just don't know if we have the team to do that yet.
Well, I hope it's us eventually. I mean, if you listen to Max Crosby, he said, I'm kind of glad that, I want to be the ones. And I agree with Max. Because the last team to beat the Kansas City Chiefs was your Las Vegas Raiders on Christmas. And we spanked them well. And it was what even Andy Reid said that they needed that slap in the face to wake them the fuck up. They needed that.
Yeah, Andy Reid thanked Antonio Pierce, and I don't think he was kidding. He thanked him.
Yeah, and we should have beat them in Vegas because we had their ass, but we were up, 14?
14-0.
14-0, and then just the whole went to hell. So
for some reason, we could not beat the Chiefs in Vegas. Well, I think the Chiefs are undefeated in Vegas right now, which is sad.
Yeah, well, we're still undefeated against the Donkeys, and that's going to change one of these days. But I don't want to see it happen.
It's going to happen. But as long as we can finish 500 or better in the division this year, I'll be happy. I think last year we were 4-2. We had a great record.
So,
but somebody in our division needs to step up and take the Chiefs down. I would love it to see us, but if we can't do it, I hope there's somebody else that can.
Yeah, I think it's going to be us. We just got to figure out. We got to get that. We got to get that moxie, man. Just like you were saying, we got to get moxie, man. To get it.
Isn't that movie great? Varsity Blues, one of the great sports movies of all time.
Yeah, and yes, and you did put in Billy Bob. Billy Bob died, and that was a shame.
Yeah, he died. He lost all this weight. So he actually got in better shape, and I don't know, he had some kind of a organ failure or something, but he passed away. It was pretty sad. But
Yeah, because he lost a lot of weight, and then he was in a lot better shape, and then so. And again, Mike, I hear you. I'm not mocking you. I'm not mocking you when I said yes, I need to work. I do need to work out. I need to get my life settled so I can figure out when I can work out that is not taking me away from things that I need to do.
yeah, I mean, if you could just get on a treadmill for 20 minutes a day, and you don't have to you don't have to go crazy. You just do it normal. Just walk.
Yeah,
20 minutes a day. That'll greatly increase I think, the way you feel. Obviously, it'll help your diabetes.
Yeah, you're right. And you know what? I got a treadmill. It's on the other side of that TV. It's in the next. It's on my patio. I got my own treadmill. I got my own weights. I just need to figure. I got to do it and continue to shame me.
No, I'm not going to shame you. I don't think anybody should be forced to work out. It's a choice.
No, it is a choice. But I'm too stressed on other things. When I'm less stressed, because I'm telling you, it's not an excuse. When I'm less stressed on getting income coming in, then I'll say, you know what? Yeah, I can do that. I can hit that treadmill and look as svelte and as wonderful as Mike Serra when he comes in. Because I don't know if you can see me. I'm doing you right now. I'm on the treadmill, moving my arms.
I can't see that.
Yeah, you can't see, but yeah. But yeah, I'm moving like on the treadmill, and I'm svelte. And you don't see this belly because I'm putting my belly down below the screen. So all you see is this pack, this big pack of, weights up in my chest like I used to have, and you would see that looking good. But yeah, I do need to, and I appreciate you kind of goading me. Okay.
I'm not trying to goad you. I'm just trying to encourage you.
You're doing things positively because people want to see me stick around for a while, and I thank you for that.
Yeah, definitely. Got to have you around, man. Got to have the Raider report, and Angelo's great, but
I want to be around. I do. I mean, I gotta annoy Space Ghost, or what? Space. What? Shit, I'm forgetting his name. Not Space Ghost. Space whatever. The other Space. But what's his friggin' name? I was calling.
I can't remember what you said, but you said it several times. Yeah.
Space Beast. Yeah, I know. Good. Yeah. Space Beast is here. And again, and I'm hanging out with you, Space. Hey, Mike, thanks for coming in, man. I'm gonna get the Paco. He's new, and I want to meet who he is. But yeah, you take care of yourself again. Do an extra, not a full lap, but an extra little bit just for me.
I'll do an extra 15 minutes. How about that on the treadmill? Extra 15.
Yes, the 15 to 20 minutes that I should be doing, you're doing for me.
That's right.
All right. Hey, Mike.
All right,
you take care.
Take care. Bye now.
All right, that's Mike Serra, man. I love Mike Serra, man. Good natured guy that he is. Space Beast, I'm messing with you too. Jack Kenna, he knows about me. Art White, good to see you as well. Salute to you, Jared. I'm gonna bring in Paco. Paco, how you doing, brother? You're new, man, or do I know you, or are you somebody I know and you're using another face thing?
No, not at all. Good evening, sir. I just found your show because I typed in Jets, and then somehow I guess your stream popped up. I'm a huge Jets fan.
Hey, and Paco, before you go in, I talk football. I talk about it. Do you know Mike? Was it Mike with the big Hulk hands? Hulk hands, Mike, good friend of mine.
He's usually at the stadium. You mean?
Yeah. He's one of the super fans, and he was there with me at the draft. Really nice guy. So
yeah, no, they always put him on screen.
Yeah, great guy, man. Well, Hulk hands, and and unfortunately, when the Jets went to Vegas, I couldn't meet him because we kept disconnecting. And I got his message hours later. I'm like, damn, man, I miss you because I wanted to because we got pictures at the draft. Me dressed as I am and him dressed as him. Great guy. Jets fans are full of they're full of vim and vigor.
Yes,
they're definitely full of stuff. I won't say what it is.
Yeah,
and New York is a hard place to play. And I will give you this, Paco. I have been to New York, I think 4 or 5 times. I think 2 times for the Giants, 2 times for the Jets, and I think there was another time. and the Raiders are 0-4. I have never seen a win in the Meadowlands. So you still got that over me. I've never seen one. And when they did that, was it the zero where there was no safeties? I wasn't there at the game, which is why the Raiders won that game. Because if I would have been there, we would have lost the game. Paco, good to see you. Hey, what are you thinking? What are you thinking about the Jets? I mean, now, and tell me if this is like really off. Is Aaron Rodgers really going to become a vice presidential?
There you go. There you go. Well, let me start off by saying this. I'm a longtime caller here, first time listener. Love the beard. You got a great white beard going on. Love it. With Rodgers, honestly, that was totally unexpected by Kennedy, by Bobby Kennedy. I was not expecting that.
Is it bullshit or tell me more, because I just saw the headline. You're on it because you're a Jets fan. Talk to me about that, because is that getting a lot of air? First off, Paco, are you in the New York area? Or are you just a Jets fan, period?
I am in the New York tri-state treehouse area. Yes.
Okay.
I'm a huge Jets guy over here. Been a fan since 2023. And as far as the whole the whole headline goes, I believe the interview they asked him about it, and so he just started to touch up on names. It's more just just trying to get the clickbait going on.
Okay.
This won't be going on, but don't be surprised if you got the CNN channels, the media start to attack Rodgers like they already have. Once it goes against their agenda, they'll find something to. They'll look for like skeletons in the closet. You know what I mean?
Right. But I gotta ask though. It's like so you're berating, and that's one of my big words. So you're berating the left-wing liberal media for talking about Aaron Rodgers going to be Bobby Kennedy's vice presidential nominee in the elections just because it's clickbait. But if it's true, and I don't think it is, but if it's true, wouldn't that really piss you off? All the things that the Jets did to get Aaron Rodgers there, they got all of those people from the Packers that he wanted, and then all of a sudden he says, yeah, I'm going to be vice president. Or at least I'm going to try. First off, he ain't going to be vice president because Bobby Kennedy is not going to win anything.
Yeah, no, sadly he's not. Yeah. If anything, I'd like to see Bobby Kennedy as vice president, because realistically speaking, he's definitely not going to be president.
Yes.
It's sad to say that. He has a passion for the country, for the people here, for us.
Yes,
and
does.
It's a tragedy that I sadly he's up against Trump at this point, and Brandon over there. But I would like to see him become vice president.
I love that, Brandon. Say more of that shit. There you go. Trump, you got the orange guy and Brandon, and and I'm honest. I am not voting for Biden, so you know who my vote's going to go for. They better have a good independent, or the orange guy is going to get my vote, because it's not Brandon. And I hate saying it, but that's the way it goes nowadays. It's you got to vote for the lesser of two evils, and I'm not voting for Biden. That's probably one of the most political things that I try to stay away from here, but I ain't voting for Biden. So if the other guy's on the ballot and there ain't nobody else, and Bobby Kennedy is like a very a right-wing Democrat is basically what he is. He's a right-wing Democrat.
Yes.
And that's not bad. That's not a bad thing. If there were people like him, like, for example, if they had like Bobby Kennedy and Joe Manchin got together, that would be a great ticket, because it's Democrats that can see bullshit in front of them and say, hey, let's do something about it. I'm sorry, I'm gone a bit too political. I want to talk about the Jets, okay? Screw Rodgers being the vice president. Talk to me about the Jets. Talk to me about Saleh. Were you very happy that they gave him another year? Because I think that he deserved it. It wasn't his fault and I watched the Monday night. I'm telling you, I normally don't watch a Monday night game, because the Monday night games, since the Raiders have been off Monday night for years and years, I'm old, right? I used to watch when Don Meredith and Cosell and Frank Gifford. I would watch those games. I don't watch Monday Night Football unless the Raiders are on, or I'm at the stadium watching when the Raiders are on. But I watched that game, Paco, and I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. 4 snaps into the season, and the guy's gone. And I felt bad for you because they did the crowd shot of all of the people looking like, oh, fuck. It's kind of like Rob Schneider said, oh, no, we suck again, because that's what happened, man. That's what happened. It
The
was
guy,
like 4 snaps.
the guy, Rogers had an epic effing entrance on 9/11 versus the Bills.
Yes.
Monday Night Football. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And 4 plays, and then I've gone to the MetLife numerous times. I love the MetLife, but one thing I despise, like many of us fans over here, it's the turf. Got to get rid of it. Got to get rid of it. You guys are already charging us over $300 a ticket. Use that money for something else. Like let's get rid of that turf. Let's put some real darn grass in there. Real quick though, because I do have to leave. My wife is over here bothering me. I've heard
Tell the wife the old dude with the white beard said hello.
I don't know. She thinks I'm playing for the other team over here, but I don't know. She's like, "Why are you talking to grown men online at night?" Yeah. But so real quick, I was hearing that that this owner, well, not this owner, this guy from Boston. His name is Joe Cronin. He's going to buy the Jets. Apparently, I don't know how true that is because I mean the guy's in debt, but guy owns like almost like $80K in taxes or something. But I really don't know how he's going to be able to afford the Jets. Other than that, sir, you have a great freaking beard. You have a good night. Yeah. My buddy was asking me, what do you think about tree houses over here?
Tree houses?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about tree houses, finally.
All right, brother. You have a good night. I appreciate everything you're doing, and I'll be subbing in. Thank you so much.
Hey, Paco, you take care. Get all your buddies. Like I said, I talk football. I talk what you want to talk about for whatever it is for 5 minutes. By the way, it's always a sports season. So you want to talk baseball or hockey or whatever.
Yes.
You want to talk Jets. I gotta ask, if you're a Jets fan, who's your hockey team?
The Devils. I gotta stay loyal. I'm in the New York area. I gotta stay loyal to the New York, New Jersey area. I hate the Islanders.
I'm with you there.
I hate the Islanders, and I hate the other team over there. We don't say their name over here, but I love the Devils.
Hey, well, you and I will go back and forth on hockey. I'm from Philly originally, so you can know where that's going.
Beautiful. Last question, brother. So you said you're not going to vote for Joe Biden. Lord forbid that anything happens to Trump. Where would you take your vote to if something were to happen?
I'm kind of hoping that there is a viable alternative, and I mean this because I'm not trying to be an a-hole. I'm hoping that there is a viable alternative to a person that has issues. Because again, I used to work in the intel field for 38 years.
Nice.
I have issues with people that leave classified information in their house, and that's for Trump and that's for Biden, both of them. Okay, and even Mike Pence got caught with the shit. It's national security information. I had to go through the process of getting my clearance. Don't fucking leave shit in your house. Okay. So having said that, there are issues on both sides. I'm not going to vote for Biden. And I'm very sketchy on voting for the Trump. And I might do something I haven't done in years. I might not vote because at that point, it really doesn't fucking matter because we're going to be fucked either way.
Darn. Well, yeah, I'm sick of this sending money to Ukraine, to Israel, Palestine. Like, F all this. Let's go back and let's secure the frickin' borders over here. Let's send all these spicks like me back to their fucking countries. I'm over it. We're causing.
Wait a second, Paco. If you came over here legally, that's a good thing.
I was born here. But I'm just tired of my freaking blood over here, like the Hispanics, white people coming over here, ruining everything for the rest of us. I'm over it. Send them right back, or let's call good old Adolf Hitler. Bring them back from the dead. Unfreeze them. Let's bring them back. Let's tell them the Hispanics are now fucking turning Jews, and let's do it. Let's turn on the oven. Let's do it.
Okay. Well, Paco, you are entertaining, sir. I will
Thank
give
you.
you that. You can come in anytime, and we'll talk sports, and we'll try not to talk politics.
I appreciate it, brother. You have a good night.
You take care, Paco. You be well.
Thank you.
All right, that's Paco, man. That's unique. You know, got a little bit of politics in there. Said, and he dropped the spick word. It wasn't me. It wasn't me talking sticks. No, it was Paco. Seriously. And Squid, by the way, Squid is Hispanic. Paco's Hispanic. But he's talking to Jake from State Farm. Anyway, I'm going to bring in Black Thanos. And by I know he's ready. Black Thanos, I'm sorry, I got to rub my eyes. They're very tired. Black Thanos, a.k.a. Sharice Ala Khan, my buddy. Give me a mic check, sir.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Am I good?
You are good to go, sir. How are you doing tonight? And by the way, I am a brother now. I am a brother. I wanted to let you know that I am now a brother of the club of you and Crazy Cooter and a couple of the other people that have licenses, that we drive better than everybody else because we're professional.
Oh. Well, my title doesn't really require driving, but I know what you're alluding to. But that's great. That's a fantastic accomplishment, and it's a in-demand skill and trade, and it's you can take it anywhere around the country.
Yeah,
So
we'll
I'm glad it worked out.
We'll see. Like I said, if I get my own job back, I got that, and then we see what else.
Yeah,
but hey, it's something else going on.
my union actually had to go to Albany next Wednesday for just a mass demonstration of advocacy and things like that. However, Cap, I can't be long. I got to be strong. I tuned in maybe 5 minutes ago.
Good to
and
hear
I saw. I didn't expect to see you online because I know you've been busy. But welcome back.
I'm being phased back in. We're phasing me in, and we're phasing Angelo out. April, I will be back full time. But I'm kind of a couple shows here and there. But April, I'll be back for sure.
Okay. Concerning Christian Wilkins, which is part of your title tonight.
Yes, sir.
I hate to say this, but I'm a bit precautiously concerned about a few things. Does he fulfill the need in terms of DT? Yes. I'm sure he's a capable young man. And yes, he had a great season last year. I emphasize last year, his 5th year, his contract year.
Yes, sir.
And as Raider fans, I'm sure you've noticed a lot of us have criticized other players, even former Raiders, who were suspected of excelling when there was a monetary incentive. Now, in 5 years, Wilkins has about 20 sacks, 9 of those coming from last year. Now, of course, sacks isn't the biggest barometer in gauging a DT's effectiveness. Right. However, it should be noted the best DT in the game, Chris Jones, had 15 a year ago and about 11 this past season. And you and I are from an era when DTs like Klecko, Randy White, Reggie White, and them, they would get 16 and it was expected.
Yes, that's true.
It's amazing how things have shifted. Also with Christian Wilkins is, I just want to make sure he's fully engaged because I'm suspicious the Dolphins could have franchised him for $14 million. They had no problem letting him walk for some reason. And we've been burnt so much and we felt good just a year ago. So many people were hopping and dancing about Chandler Jones. Well, more than a year ago. And I said, well, why did we let go of Yannick, who was younger, because of, this expatriate coming to join McDaniels and company. We saw how that worked out. A year ago yesterday, Cat, made 5 years since Antonio Brown visited Derek Carr at his house. And nobody would listen. They didn't see the signs. Why was Pittsburgh letting this guy go for next to nothing? Everybody seemed to knew he was a cancer except the success-starved Raider fans who had dreams of Carr and Brown excelling together. We know how that went.
Yeah.
Now, I don't doubt Christian's effort. He hasn't gotten into any legal issues or nothing like that. But I swear to you, I hope I'm wrong. As soon as we hear about some nagging hamstring or some quad or something, I'm gonna be on your show saying, I told you so.
Yeah. And make sure you mark it, make it. You said this on Pie Day, on Pizza Day, Pizza Pie Day, and you said this, right?
Right.
You said
And
this
and and
Friday.
and 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 I welcome the kid. Don't get me wrong. We
Yeah,
paid a hefty price. It's just like, if your truck needs new seat covers, okay, new seat covers will fulfill that need. But do you go out and pay $30,000 for some Gucci seat covers? No, you don't. Well, especially when we have other things still to address. If this kid can live up to the contract, and of course he's playing against a great DE in Crosby,
yeah.
and perhaps it can rub off on Tyree Wilson, who I'm still holding on to hope that he will develop,
I think you will. I think you will.
then fantastic. But I'm just a little suspicious why the Dolphins put up no resistance in letting him out the door. There's something to this that I have to be suspicious. And given our recent history and free agent disasters, maybe I'm a little traumatized or jaded. So I would love to be wrong. So I just had to put that out there, Cat.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say there's the highlights and the lowlights. The lowlights is Warren Sapp, right? That's a low
That's
light.
right. That's a great example.
Exactly. But a highlight, even though it didn't come in the same manner, a highlight could be Richard Seymour. Yes, I know we traded for him. It's different. But we traded for somebody and we took on a contract and we traded for somebody that we thought would mesh well. And Richard Seymour was all that we wanted him to be. He was a Raider in heart, mind, and spirit, and it was good to see him. So there's something about Christian Wilkins that I'm sure he was checked out by the staff. By the way, one of the reasons why he came here was because of Graham, because he meshed well with Graham when Graham
Right.
down in Miami. So that's a good thing. He came here because he has all of the things in his mind about the Raider mentality, and he's gonna do it that way. And he knows Patrick Graham, and I think that was the main reasons why he came here, because of Patrick Graham. And and I want Patrick Graham to stay.
Yes.
But what's going to happen in this time in next year after I eat another big pizza? Hopefully, I'm here another year. But I'm just saying, let's say it's Pi Day 2025, and Patrick Graham is that hot coaching commodity, because he will be. Will he be gone? And then does the defense go to shit? I hope it doesn't. But one of the reasons why Christian Wilkins came here was because of Patrick Graham. I think that's a good thing. And also, there was another defensive coach that meshed well. So we brought Christian Wilkins in because we know about him, what makes him tick. Like he said, it's not all about the sacks. It's not.
Right.
It's
but I can't ignore the suspicious timing when his average was like 2.5 for 4 years. He basically gave us he basically did what Jerry Tillery gave us a year ago, especially after Graham took over. Because we saw Tillery get a little bit more active and disruptive. But I'm not suggesting they're the same player by no means. But like you say, we shall see. And also remember, Kat, that for years, the Dolphins have had one of the best secondaries. That bodes well for a defensive line when you got all pros in your secondary with Ramsey and Rhodes and company back there. Their secondary's been top tier now for a number of years. Right. And it's hard for a quarterback to find a wide receiver in time when they're bottled up. So he had that advantage too. Maybe that figured into the Dolphins thinking, well, we're not going to overpay for this guy. We're not even going to franchise him, and he's young. We're just going to let him out the building. It just feels weird to me.
Actually, that is true. That is true. If you have the back end is taken care of with the guys that got back there, and they got Xavier Howard and the other guy that they picked up from the Chargers. What's his name? Number 5. I can't remember his name. The big guy that played for Florida State, went to the Chargers, went over to the Dolphins. The really good player, because they had Xavier Howard and him. They had 2 top tier cornerbacks, right?
Right.
If you have 2 top quarterbacks and they had a decent safety, so their back end was good, that's one of the reasons. Like, well, we don't have to overpay for Christian Wilkins. We can get somebody that's cheaper and younger and let them play into the system, and that's smart on their part. The Raiders, on the other hand, they have to have somebody that's gonna bring it. And were you not surprised that Tillery was cut when Telesco came? And I gave you notice today. I called Tom Fiasco. I hope you heard that. I said I'm dropping.
You certainly did, my friend.
I make sure. Said if you say Tom Fiasco, you better make sure you have like a accreditation
disclaimer.
Well, no, not a disclaimer. You get like a nickel for every time they say it.
A little royalty.
Royalty. There you go. That you know what I was thinking. A royalty goes to Sharif for the Tom Fiasco, but the fact that he is there, I'm like, oh yeah, Jerry Tillery. That makes sense because he cut his ass when he was with the Chargers. Of course, he was going to cut his ass here because he's like, I don't want that motherfucker on my team.
Yeah,
no.
And I'm gonna miss Amik Robinson.
I agree.
I love that kid since day one, and honestly speaking, he might not have been the most skilled DB, but he was among our biggest playmakers. He just had a knack for making timely plays, interceptions, fumble recovery, whatever. And I think if he was just a little bit taller,
if he was 6'2", he'd be
he could probably be a borderline Pro Bowl player.
Yes, he'd be a perennial All-Pro if he was 6'2". What is he, like 5'10"? That's 4 inches, man.
And you also have to consider that other teams certainly took notice of him because he was signed on the first day of free agency.
Yes, and I knew he was gone. I said, we're going to lose him. That's why it's important that we figure out who that other corner is going to be. Is it
right?
Are we going to give it to Jacorian Bennett and say, kid, you got it? Or are we going to go get a kid like Terry? I think his name is Terrion Arnold, or the other guy who played
Alexander, or whatever his name is.
Right. The guy that played for Ohio. Not Mike Mitchell. I know he played for Ohio too, but I think he played for Ohio, and he's a first-round cornerback talent. There's guys out there.
But anyway, Kat, I'm about to head down into the dark regions of the underworld. But I just want to chime in for a few. It's good to see you. We will chop it up again soon once you're back full-time in April.
Yeah, well, no, keep coming in. I'll be in and out. But, yeah, April, I will be back full-time. You take care of yourself, sir. Always good seeing you, brother. And like I said, I make sure they said, hey, if it's Tom Fiasco, you make sure that you heard it from Sharif Allah Khan, a.k.a. Black Panther.
That's right, because Fiasco is going to have to do a lot more to win my confidence. I'm not overly impressed, just not yet.
Well, hey, you have a good night at work, partner. Thanks for coming in and pop in when you can. Always a pleasure to see you, sir.
Thank you, Kai.
You got it. Take care there, brother.
All right.
All right, that's Black Thanos. Quinion Mitchell. There you go. Thank you there, Ozzy. That's why you guys are here. I don't need people in my ear. I don't need a production staff. I do, but you guys are my production staff. I say something, you let it out. I even got Mundungus Creevy up here. Mundungus Creevy. Dude, Mundungus showing his Mundungus. That the Mundungus, if you haven't heard any time that there's a reference to a schwanz, you know what a schwanz is. It's a Yiddish term. Yet showing his Mundungus. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. And now and Mundungus, if you're still here, What are the Broncos going to do at QB? Because it ain't Jared Stidham. It's going to be a draft pick. Who do you want, sir? And thank you for being here. And yeah, I will, Mundungus, I will be back on Wild Wild West, not this Wednesday, the following Wednesday. The following Wednesday. So check it out. Good to see Mundungus here. I want to hit Mundungus. Who's your quarterback, man? Talking Broncos. There's Clayton Heron. Good to see you as well. Pardon me. More pizza coming up. Good to see you, brother Clayton. Good to see you. Thank you there. Smash it and like it. Yeah, I want to do that with certain ladies too. I've been okay, Clayton. Clayton, I am here. I am transitioning in. I am transitioning in. Angelo, who is and AJ, by the way, AJ, Bishop AJ, have done fine work, yeoman's work, steadfast work, and I appreciate it because I wasn't gonna be here at all, and it was gonna be a bunch of dead air. But I thank Angelo and I thank Bishop AJ because they took the bull by the horns and they did some content, man. So you guys wouldn't forget us. So I am transitioning in. I will not be here Sunday because I'm in San Diego. I won't be here next Thursday because I will be flying back from San Diego. But the Sunday after that, I will be doing, a transition show with Angelo on that Sunday. And then the 31st on Easter, it's Angelo's show. That's his last show. And then you got me in April. If there's other things going on, like, I don't know, the draft, hopefully, it'll be Angelo with maybe other folks. I'm not going to dime anybody out, but I'd love to have some draft shows with people that know. I don't know. I know the SEC. Quinion Mitchell. Thank you there, Ozzy. Quinion Mitchell, Toledo, #1 quarterback. Terrion Arnold. And maybe it's those guys. The problem is that everybody always screams, and okay, Peggy Holmes is the everybody in this equation. They scream, not another fucking well, Peggy doesn't say fucking. Not another freaking cornerback when we need beef. We need guys to rush from the inside. I agree. Now we got Wilkins in free agency. So now do you still have that pick? Okay, I'm talking beef. I want, beef. Is it Latu? Latu might be on the board. There's another edge rush. Could you imagine if Latu was picked? I don't think it would be. He would be. But you got Latu and Crosby and Wilkins and Tyree. And you got freaking Kuntz to spell. Man, that's some fucking beef, man. That's great. I don't think it's going to be Latu. I think it's going to be beef. Could it be the Terrion Arnold? Could it be Quinion Mitchell? There'll be somebody. Or do the Raiders trade down from 13, pick up some picks? There you go. And Clayton's saying it's going to be the kid from Michigan, J.J. McCarthy. Could be. Who knows? It's only just out of reach. Down the block on the beach under a tree. I know. I pop into West Side Story when I'm feeling good. Hey man, show tunes. You don't get this with anybody else. Sports knowledge, movies, politics, and show tunes. Well, we're on a hard break. Thank you for being here. You don't know jack about sports on a Thursday until you watch the show. I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank everybody for being here. Remember, Sunday, I'm not here. The following Wednesday for Wild Wild West, I'm not here. Next Thursday, I'm flying back. I'm not here. The following Sunday after that, Angelo and I will be doing a show on the Sunday. The following Thursday, we will be doing a show on the Thursday. It's a him and me show, him and I, proper English. The 31st on Easter, it's Angelo, and then you got me back in April. I appreciate everybody that was here. We had Paco in here tonight, man, a Jets fan. That was cool, and he wasn't a troll, or if he was a troll, he kind of changed the troll. And thank you, Paco. I was like, oh my God, here we go, it's a troll. But no, we were talking Jets, we were talking politics. It was cool. So y'all take care. I will see you back in a few shows. Take care of yourselves. I'll let you know what's going on with me. Yeah! Raider Nation. Take care, everybody. We'll see you. And watch out. Give Angelo your support. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for the shares. Keep it going, folks. Keep it going. We're going to have a good time. Take care.